Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time with Amy and Bev. Hola.
Voila, good
Hola.
day.
Happy day, happy day. Happy
Happy
Tuesday.
day. It is Tuesday. It feels like forever since we've talked. I don't even know.
Yeah,
Just
it's been a couple weeks because we had to do a couple shorts before, and shorts meaning like 30 minutes, not an hour. And I just have to preface that for the audience that shorts to us does not mean 2 minutes. It means 30 minutes, not an hour.
oh yeah, that's true. Because shorts, yeah, that's a whole different ball game right there.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
see you guys later. Bye. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay, we showed up. We got to go now.
Yes, exactly.
See you. Bye bye. Um, yeah, I mean, interesting enough because of these short videos, meaning like the real shorts, like on social media that are like 30 seconds, 2 minutes. It's really, I've noticed, even in myself, that it is creating such a shortened attention span for people. I mean, now when I watch videos, I will up the speed so that
Oh,
it's like because some people talk slower than others. So those people at their normal pace is a slow, like talking like this, and they're explaining what I will amp up the speed because I can't do it. I'm like,
so you're fast forward.
um, no, I
I
just
mean,
put it
that's
on
what my mind thinks.
like 1.25 speed instead of regular speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
interesting.
and how quickly I've really been paying attention to how quickly I get distracted. Real like I from here to that door, I'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta do something. By the time I get to that door, I have to stop. Now this is I know it's been going on for a while where it's okay, I need to go into the back bedroom to so I start heading to the back bedroom and you get there and you stop and you're like, why? Okay, hold on. Why did I come? That, that's like that's like 20 feet. I'm talking like 6 feet. It's very interesting.
It is very interesting. It is.
Yeah.
There's so much going on these days. I don't even know. It's like I
Oh.
don't even know.
I've
There's
also
a lot of
learned to
stuff
stop.
energetic, huh?
I've also learned to stop and go, okay, spirit, inner self, mind, brain, whoever I'm talking to, what was it I needed to do? And I'll listen. And I get the answer and then I move forward. So it's like,
I feel like I'm slowing down. I feel like I'm slowing down more. It's like
uh,
I process the thoughts that are coming in. I process what I'm going to say, or not even really that. I guess I just process it, what the information that's coming in, and however it wants to come out. I've been really cognizant about the things that I'm saying a lot of times. So for me, I've gone the opposite direction. I feel like I've actually slowed down quite a bit. And I say that out loud, and it's like I don't understand what spirit wants from me right now. Spirit, creator. I talk to creator all the time, to the point where I'm appreciating so many things. I'm appreciating the speck of dirt on my windshield, and I told group this recently too. Appreciating all these little details because it's like that was all part of the stage. Do you know what I mean? That's all part of the show. We get to have this experience, and it can be fast or it can be slow. And we're the creator of our reality. So you get to create your reality, or you like it a little bit faster. And I slow mine down a bit. I'm in the space where I'm slowing things down. I've always been that person that was like the fast talking. I couldn't, I would have to get my thoughts out right now because otherwise I'm going to forget about it. Now it's like, I just don't, I'm in such a different space that it's like, it doesn't matter to me where I'm at right then because whatever needs to come forward is going to come forward. It's all divine, right? Even us meeting tonight, thank you for being so patient with everything because we decided to get a huge storm up here and there was no way for my daughter to get out of here with a granddaughter, and so we have to have another ride come out. So it's just interesting because when we have the washes flowing, there's no way. That's it. My truck can't go anywhere, so it's just interesting. But it slows things down a lot. It really just does, and it's just being in a patient place. And it's like I look at my calendar tomorrow. I have nobody on, and I have called so many people to see if they want to come in tomorrow. Oh no, I can't do, like this week it's not working for them. Oh, I got a doctor's appointment. Oh, I got this. Oh, I got that. Oh, can't do that. School start. Like there's all these things going on. And it's like, I find it fascinating. And it's like, okay, well, creator, you know that I mean, we're here in this physical experience, this human experience, and I still my bills got to get paid, and I've got to be able to pay rent, and all these other things. And it's like I've got to surrender, and I've been surrendering. I surrender a lot, and I'm surrendering more. Just contemplative, really, about a lot of this stuff, and I still go through those spaces, which we've kind of talked about. You get into that space, and it's like, oh, gets a little bit anxious there. It gets a little bit okay, but it's like no matter what, money always seems to show up just in the right time for me. I would just like it to be more of a flow, but it's recognizing where am I blocking that flow. I had a realization just a couple of days ago, and it's like even in my own relationship, that if I'll just use my partnership, my relationship with Freeman and stuff like that. Let's just say, what if he was able to go out and buy something and do something because he's got a retirement, or he's got certain money that comes in right now. And my processing of that was like, he can go buy these things, but I can't. I feel like I'm struggling. So before, I was always about fairness, right? And I know this came from childhood because I've seen it now in my kids, how they're raising their kids. And you got to make sure everything's fair. And it's like, wait a minute. This is not about that fairness. This isn't making sure he's allowed to do whatever he wants with his money. And I'm not saying that he can't. And I'm not saying anything is the opposite. I'm just saying I'm using this as an example. But in this example, I can see like the money going out, and here I am like making sure I'm careful with how I spend my money because I don't know where, how much money is coming in next for the next bill or for the next. And that's how I've been living things. And it's like, think about that in an energetic standpoint. I'm restricting this flow that's coming into me. I'm only allowing because I'm the master creator of this experience that I'm here having. I am only allowing a trickle to come in. But on the other side of that, it's asking my higher self, it's asking my guides, my universal team, like you've referred to come forward and help me to, how can I have more fun? And it's even paying attention to the words that I'm using. There was a long time ago, one of the things I would put on my mirror was, I have plenty of time and money to take care of myself, and I do. And so now it's like finding a way to put that into my day, because the last couple of days I've had my granddaughter from like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning till probably about 12 hours a day. And I am enjoying myself immensely because again, I go back to that whole slowdown. It's a slowdown. There's no hurry up to do anything. And it's because if I'm hurrying up, then I'm not allowing her to have the opportunity to wash dishes, or we use the power washer this morning to clean off the front porch. So certain things that we can do so that we could do together, that she's learning and she gets to have hands on, because we talked about this a few weeks ago, how it's got to be fun. And why shouldn't cleaning your house be fun? It should be fun. But we put it as a chore, right? We put it as a responsibility, and she's got her little checklist and she can't write. So it's like, I tell her yesterday, well, you don't have to, I said, pretend. When I was a kid, I would just scribble. We would just have scribble lines all the way across, and I showed her how to do it. So now she's doing it all the time. And she's like, oh, what were those, Grandma? Those are Brussels sprouts? Scribble, scribble, scribble. Okay. She had to clarify for her scribble. So, and then she goes through the list and checks everything off. So she's checking things off. So I already see where she's going in a lot of ways, because she's already making lists. She's a list person with her scribbles, but her scribbles mean something. And then she threw nap in there. And it's like, I told her, I said, let's not call it nap. Because she's like, Grandma, Mom said I don't have to take a nap if you don't want me to take a nap. I said, baby, you're taking a nap today. I said, but let's not call it nap. Let's call it meditation. Or like I said, like Suzanne Giesman says, let's call it the sip of the divine, where we just sit in peace. Well, Grandma, but we're going to be laying down. I said, yeah, we can lay down and we can still meditate. And within seconds of her laying down, she's passed out anyways. I've taken up a lot, just to say a lot of stuff, but it's like, That's the experience. This is where I'm at right now. And I have, so I love being able to spend time with my grandkids. I really do, because I get to be a kid. I get the chance to sit out on the ground when it's going to rain and play in the chalk, to lay on a mat and look at the sky and pick out all kinds of designs in the clouds, right? I get to play with crayons and colors, and we do stuff all the time and read kids books, and just there's no schedule there, there's no time frame there, and it's a great place to be for me. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it's a great place for me.
And what we also forget though is that that's always available to us.
Yeah.
Like we don't necessarily, I mean, we don't necessarily need the children to be present for us to do that.
Yeah.
But it does amplify the energy because it's easier to do it with them around.
And it's, if we just look at those littles as our inner self, as our inner child, you would never ever judge or be harsh to that child. You would always be supportive of that child. And to me, that's an opportunity. And I told one of my daughters that in the last few days, because we've just had some stuff going on in the family and stuff like that. And it's such a, it's breathtaking, or breath of fresh air. Not, well, it is breathtaking too, but it's a breath of fresh air when you just look at them in a little different way. It reminds me of the experience that you had with that little girl, and then how you held her and stuff like that. And it's like, that's so, gosh, we can look at that in so many different ways, but it's so healing of the soul. And not even of the soul, it's of this experience, because our souls don't need to be healed. They're here having an experience, but from this earth atmosphere, this experience, it feels like we need some healing in some places.
Yeah. I just did an event on Saturday, an all day event on Saturday, and had 12 and 13 women there. So it just depended on who was coming and going. But the question that I posed was, why are you here? Why did you come to this? I didn't know half of them, which was
Nice.
amazing, right? That
Yeah.
like 6 out of 12 people trusted in me to come to this event, not knowing anything about me, and spent the whole day. And all of them just disconnected from themselves, feeling lost, focused on their teenage kids who are struggling and trying to fix them. And it was just, I mean, we've both been there. You and I have both been there. And so of course, offered up them the tools and said, here's the tools, and what you do with them is your business. And I did my job. I'm the messenger. I did my job. And so there's so many tools available to us that, for individual reasons, they're not being utilized. And I tell them, like, listen, you have to continue with me. YouTube University is like full of free information that will help you.
True.
There are so many books available that will help you. And, it's like, it's up to you. So it's just same with the playfulness. It's up to each of us to tap into that playfulness, that little person inside who's all giddy and ready to play, or our spirit who is full of love and joy and just wants to be the best expression of ourselves, and us deciding to take the opportunity to do that, to step into that playfulness and childlike behavior. Like when I do laughter yoga sessions, and I tell them we're going to laugh for no reason. And I totally get this, because this was one of the hardest classes I took. It was over a weekend. It was 2 days. They just look at me like I have 2 heads, or I've lost my damn mind. And I totally get it. 'Cause when I took the class, I was still had some anger issues inside of me, and to put that aside and just to laugh. It took a while for me to get used to that, but the more I did it, the better I felt. And so that was my job, right? It was my job to embrace that tool that was presented to me and do something with it, knowing I knew it would help me feel better. but deciding to stick with it and keep doing it. So it's just saying, right? Grab the crayons and instead of using, so I'm right-handed. So instead of using my right hand, use my left hand. Use my left hand to color. And it's okay if I go outside the lines and I can't get the lines straight and all the things. That is tapping in. I learned that technique several years ago. That's tapping into your little person inside by using your non-dominant hand to color or to write. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, my 5-year-old granddaughter says that she can't do that with her left hand. I can't. I hear a lot of struggle in her, and I know it's from environmental. I know she's picked it up from, it could be anywhere. It could be school, it could be at home, it could be whatever. But I don't try to fix it.
Yeah.
Because that's an opportunity for me to do it anyways. I'm like, look at, I just colored with my left hand. She's like, no, you're using your right. No, I said, fix your body with mine. You'll see I'm using my left hand. Because I'll start doing that. And I didn't realize it was part of the inner child stuff. And to me, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But I actually did really damn well. I was surprised. Because when we have all these doubts in ourselves, we restrict ourselves all the time. All the time. That makes me want to cry because I know it's true. I know that for me, that's an emotional response in my body that knows that it's true because nobody else is doing it to us unless we allow them to do it to us. We're doing it to ourselves. I have, and I have for so long. And it's like, that was not easy to wrap my mind around early on. But as I've gone through a lot of the stuff, and whether it's because I've brought it into my existence, but it just feels right. And I can see where I have the control over so many things. I was just talking to the, group that when we got together, it's like, we're so focused on all this stuff that happened in the media and all this stuff. I said, but what's the opposite of that? What would you like to see come out of that? We can sit and focus on that and we can sit and talk about it all day long. There's lots of people that love to talk about the stuff what's going on, but what would you create out of it? That's what it's all about. That's what it's about. That's your contrast. That's your contrasting experience to allow you or for you to have joy with this experience and switch it around. How would it feel like? What feels good to you? And I think we forget that, but that's why I'm doing it all the time. I'm doing this. I'm practicing it all the time. I'm meditating every single day, a couple of times a day. I'll do it in the morning. I'll do it in the middle. When I got my granddaughter here and we're napping, I'm meditating. And then I fall asleep and I catch myself quick snoring. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
I do it at night when I go to bed. I'm just doing it anytime I wake up, whatever I have that opportunity, because for me, it's helping me to feel what it feels like to be in connection with spirit, to be in connection with creator. It's to pay attention to more of that connection. And energetically, before I was like, oh, it's to receive and it's to connect. Well, it is all those things for me. And I'm not saying it's not something for somebody else. It could be whatever you want it to be. But for me, in my experience, I am hearing more talking. I'm seeing more people. Last night, I was seeing a group of women sitting around me in a circle. I've never seen them before in my life, but we seem to be quite friendly with each other. And I don't even know what was going on. Like we knew each other and we were laughing and, it was a different experience. So it's like, there's things, and that was just in meditation. I'm picking up, I'll hear words. I can't remember what the name of the person I heard recently, but it came up and I'm like, why? I don't even know where this even came from. It's like a religious name, but it's like from overseas or something. I don't even remember what it was. I have to look it up again, but it's like, I don't know where this comes from, but it doesn't really matter, but it's letting me know there's something more because this isn't this isn't me thinking about something. This is information coming to me. And that's fun. To me, this is fun. So I try to spend as much time in that space and recognize it. When I'm driving, I spend time, I'm in my physical body, but I can feel like my crown and my third eye, like I'm just open. I am open the whole time if I focus on it. Now I can shut it down, but I like to be in that space because I'm like, okay, creator, I want to see Amy through your eyes. I want to see Freeman through your eyes. Even when I'm mad, I want to see whoever hurt somebody else through your eyes. Because guess what? God does not see us as blemished, as broken or horrible or anything. God just loves us. Just loves us. How do I know? I just know. That's my knowing. I just know. And it feels so weird to even when I'm sitting here recognizing the things that I'm saying. If you guys listen to videos from way back when, I never talked like this. I didn't even talk about God like that, but I talk to God every single day and every single night. And it's been making my life, regardless of what's going on around me, it's kept me from being in a judgment of situations that have gone on in my family. So I didn't judge, but I was able to come from a space of love. I've been able to just be, just be in a space of love, and the solutions are always there, and everything looks differently until I start to get wrapped up in it, because I get wrapped up in it too. But all that is just a reminder. My gauge says, these new vehicles these days, my gauge is letting me know, hey, you're going off the road a little bit to the right. You're going off the road a little bit to the, it's like, it'll vibrate on the leg. That's all it's trying to do, is get your attention and say, do you want to spend time in this space? Because you can drive on the side on the washboard part all the way down the highway if you want to. Feel free. But it's annoying. It's, after a while, it's kind of annoying. So it just helps self-correct. And that's all that it's for. It's not to traumatize. You're not being victimized or punished. I hear people feel like they're being punished, and I used to feel that way too, but that's not how it is. It's just not. Life is just so, I know, it's just so different. And it's like I say, I talk to God, and it's like, and I thank God, and I tell God how much I love God, and isn't, when you've heard of past life experiences, this kind of dawned on me. When you hear of past life experience or near death experiences, they go into these experiences, and I've heard some of them say, oh, even I was in there and it was like so beautiful. Even the flowers were like so loving to God, like they were just putting out all this love. God is within us, and everything that's in our experience is sending out all this love to us all the time. And we get so busy that we don't even recognize it.
Yeah.
We have been so trained so far away from that we don't even know it. But I'm being trained by myself. I'm allowing myself, I'm surrendering myself to be able to go back on this journey to come into a different path.
Yeah. And we don't slow down. That's one of the things, like at my current employment, is it's go, 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 next. What's next? What's next? Oh, we gotta, oh, go, go. It's just constant. And I was like, we gotta celebrate. We gotta take a breath. We gotta just take a moment, just regroup, check in with each other. Because it's like the squirrels are out and they're not going to come together because they're out doing their own thing, and we're hoping everything's getting done. Even in that type of an environment, it's still important to take a breath and to regroup and recenter and bring some calmness, right, to our parasympathetic nervous system. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Ultimately, is it really like that important?
It is in that moment, right? It feels like it in that moment. It feels like everything, especially I'm not in your experience right now, and I don't know how well I would do in that experience, to be quite honest with you. I'm just being honest. I don't know how well I would do, because it's easy to get back up on that treadmill, or, to be hauling. And it's like, I'm not even focused enough to go to the gym. I haven't gone to the gym. I think I've gone in the last 2 months. I've probably gone maybe 5 times, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I've kind of stepped away from it, because I didn't like, it wasn't a path that was feeling good for me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't motivated from the same experiences before. Before I was like motivated by that rush, and it's like I'm on the opposite side of that now for the first time in my life, honestly. And I was thinking when you said that, go, 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 it's like I remember going to Mexico, and then like we didn't listen to music. We just didn't, like, usually I would have my vehicle on, I'd have my music going, I'm doing my stuff. And when I was there, it wasn't like that. And then when I came back into the States, it was like, felt weird, honestly. And we were only gone for like maybe a week, but I noticed the difference. And then I could actually feel the difference once I was here, how different it is.
Yeah. And so, well, and then this situation is it's given me the opportunity. So in previous, right, I had a few years where I was at home, working from home, working on my business. And so prior to that, with another business I was in an employment, the amount of stress I had in my body and in my thoughts at that time when I was operating from that level, and then taking those few years to reassess and do some healing and change within myself, and now stepping back into employment and it being not like high stress or high intensity. It's just there's a lot going on all the time and keeping up with it, that the actual confirmation of how well I'm doing within myself. Because in my previous self, it would have been the living up to the I'm not good enough story. I can't stay on top of it. Oh my gosh, I better get this done. Or if I don't get it done, then she's, my boss is going to be mad at me. Like all the things of trying to prove I'm good enough. I'm not carrying that now. Right. One day she asked, I had quite a bit to do, and she asked me to do something. And I just looked at her and I said, no, I can't do it right now. I would have never said that, ever said that before. I would have said, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And then be just out of my mind, stressed out because I can't get done what I already have done. And now you're giving me one more thing. And then there's a project I'm working on, and some other things came onto my plate. And I said, this project I've been working on is probably not going to get done by the time you want it done. It's going to have to wait so I can get this other stuff done. I would have never said that before. I probably would have came home crying because I had so much to do and stressed out. It's like, it's not worth it now. I'm okay with it.
That's so much healthier. It really
And
is.
like, you can write me up. Even if I got wrote up, I'd be like, okay, write me up.
Yeah.
It's still not going to get done.
Yeah.
For one.
I hear you.
So it's very interesting how I'm showing up now in a highly active job.
What a wonderful gauge to let you know where you're at.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's awesome. To me, that's awesome.
And I've actually, I'm enjoying it. So it's not like I'm doing it just because I have to, I got bills to pay or whatever the story is. I actually enjoy going there.
Nice.
Being around, I was at home for first few years, and so it was just me and me, which I was okay with because I like me. But now being out and being around people and meeting new people and learning the dynamics of different things and organizations and all the things that really are available in this community, it's been very interesting. And so that goes along with me. I like learning new things, and so I'm learning a lot of things, and it's been a lot of fun. So
Nice. Confidence too. I like it.
yeah.
And that's good for everybody else too, to be able to, anybody that got to hear it, or even that person that you said no to, then that person, he or she gets to now have that opportunity to take that as a permission to give themselves the opportunity to say no. Because sometimes you just got to say no, and no is a complete sentence. That's what you've taught me. No is a complete sentence. There is nothing else that needs to be said.
And the interesting thing about that too is she has a hard time saying no to people. She will say yes to things. She got a ton of things on her plate that I don't even know how she knows what direction she's going in each moment. Like my head spins when I think about her schedule. And she'll say yes to things, and I've caught her. I'm like, don't you have this to do? Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's true. Being a mirror to say no.
Yeah. It's a learning experience for sure.
So it's been interesting for sure.
Sounds like it. Yeah, I would say the same. Same. It's been interesting. Life is interesting.
Yeah. And it's all been okay.
Yeah.
It's not like there's been hiccups, but you know what? I right now I'll take the hiccups over the brick walls I used to run into, or I thought I was running into.
Yeah.
Right now they're hiccups, they're speed bumps. It's not me just pounding into a brick wall. So I'm good with that. And of course, all of that helps us learn and grow and learn to pivot, learn to make changes. And no, I don't like it in the moment, but I also know it's for a higher reason. And I choose to be open to what I am to learn from it. Do I like it? No. Bev's heard me. She's heard me not too long ago cry and be very upset about some things. But even in it, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to learn something from this. I know there's going to be growth out of this. I know, but it's not fun always. It's not roses and cherries and all the things.
On the other side of it is though, and as you go through these things, it gets easier and easier and easier because there's so much to recognize. You get to take out the nuggets from it, or there's such so much bigger things that are going on for us.
Absolutely. And that's where like our growth has been, is being open to those moments that seem challenging, but we also know there's a higher purpose. So that's like a huge celebration for us, right? Because I know you're in that same boat. And so it's, again, taking a breath in the moment and being okay. God, universe, angels, whoever, I'm in it for a reason. What am I going to learn from it? I've come this far. I'm pretty tough cookie now. So I got this, right? So whatever I have faced recently is nothing compared to what I have faced earlier in my years. So I'm like, I got this. And then also recognizing, I just like you said earlier, I am a creator and I get to choose. I get to change my focus. I get to envision what it is I want and hold that vision and keep drumming up the emotions about that vision and living that within myself. I get to do that if I want to. So the speed bumps, those help remind me that I'm a creator.
It's true. And it helps you're navigating your ship.
Yeah. And when that ship gets off course, boy, do I know it.
I hear you.
Very obvious.
100%.
Oh, good stuff. You got
Good stuff.
any final words about this?
Enjoy your moments. Enjoy all moments. That's all I got.
I concur. I concur. I like that word. In case nobody knows that, I like that word. Concur.
I like that word too.
Because it cracks me up every time I say it. All right, my friends. Listen to this one because there's a lot into it. It was short, meaning about 30 minutes short. There's a lot in it. So listen to it again and pick what resonates with you. Utilize it, implement it, and grow with it until it just becomes a part of you. And then implement the next thing. Don't try to do all of it all at once because it's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be way too much. And when you get into that space, then you don't do anything. So do something which is better than nothing. And even if that's just to start with the breath, to sit and breathe, and practice that. And the more you practice it on the easy times, the more you practice it in the easy times, the more you will remember to do it in the difficult times. So practice breath work. And again, there's so many different techniques that you can go on YouTube and look up some different breathing techniques to help you. So utilize the tools that are available and have the conversations, right? Have the conversations.
Have the conversations for sure.
Yeah. All right, my friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. Tea Time with Amy and Bev. And we'll be back again next week.
See you later.
Yeah.